Roll the tape. I used to fight it. Actually, I spent a lot of time fighting it at first. Months, probably years of my life, and I'm pretty sure you're fighting it too. And if you're not sure, you'll definitely know by the end of my story. At first, I couldn't work out why I felt anxious all the time, why I was struggling to sleep enough, always low in energy, and felt so overwhelmed. I thought it meant I wasn't taking good enough care of myself. And so I tried harder, and I started filling my days with more things, trying to find contentment. I gave myself a new workout routine, did more yoga, learned all about chakras, and even though I thought I was improving the pain, I was really just pushing it away. I didn't know that all I needed was to accept it. When you fall in love with someone and go your separate ways, the healing hurts. When you fall and break a bone, the healing hurts. When you're betrayed by a friend and you mend your relationship, the healing hurts. But when it comes to ourselves and letting go of the parts that no longer serve us, we are taught to fix the pain by seeking comfort. But the comfort is just a blanket that we place over the pain. We're told if we do yoga every day, we'll heal. If we take these supplements, our bodies will sort themselves out, but the pain of healing must come first. We have to accept the fatigue, the anxiousness, the mood swings, the loss of motivation, everything. We have to lean into it. Otherwise, you'll never really get past it. You'll just stay in this in-between forever. It's really hard to know when it all began, but I must have been around about 29 or 30, and I was starting to work out what my values were, and I was starting to really build a life in Vienna. And I think there were also some parts of me, well, there definitely were, but I didn't know it at the time. There were parts of me that were no longer serving me and things from the past that I was trying to resolve. And it hurt, but at the time, all I knew was that something wasn't quite right. And being me, I thought, great, something's wrong. Let's make a list of about 50 things I can do to improve it. And now we have a plan and everything's going to be okay. And of course, that wasn't the answer at all, but I didn't know it at the time. And everything around me was telling me the best thing to do is to look after yourself, is to provide yourself with as many comforts as possible, is to do more wellness activities. And I did. I started with meditation and yoga. And I was doing yoga anyway, but this time I really focused on it, and I would write down how I felt afterwards. And I felt so empowered. And then I thought, you know what? I need to treat myself. Let's buy more clothes and more makeup. And I just worked harder and harder, trying to pack as much as I possibly could into the day. And I found more hobbies, and I started Lemonage. And whenever something didn't quite feel right, I thought, I'm not working hard enough. So when I started to feel unsure about this channel, I worked even harder to try and make it look more professional, more consistent. And when meditation wasn't working, I gave myself a hard time saying, you're not trying hard enough, you're letting your mind wander. And no matter how much I tried, I felt worse and worse. And I kept doing this until maybe about a month ago. And it was part of the reason why the summer was so difficult, because there were so many fun and exciting things around me. And I wanted to do them deep down, but I just felt so anxious and exhausted and stressed, and I was in tears. And I just thought, what is wrong with me? Why am I like this? The thing is, healing hurts. It's meant to hurt. It's meant to be painful. And if we don't feel the pain, we're only going to put it off for a point in the future. And when we get there and the pain eventually comes out, it's going to be so much worse. And believe me, it sucks. It's not fun being anxious or feeling nauseous or having mood swings or losing all your motivation. And I felt it all. And I wish I'd known that all those things like spa visits or getting more into coffee or Playing the piano more were wonderful things that were merely putting me in a better place to deal with the pain rather than being the answer. So I love coffee. I love the ritual of it. I love trying to improve my latte art. It's still dreadful, but it's not going to solve my problems. It's merely going to make me feel loved, comfortable, nourished, and prepared to actually deal with the pain. Wellness is not investing your time in 101 things to try and make you happy. It's leaning into the pain. It's letting the tears fall. It's breathing through tough moments. And learning that has been the biggest learning curve for me. Suddenly I feel so much more inner peace because I'm not fighting against it. I'm not wrapping it up in a bow and expecting to feel better. I'm just letting it be. There's this really beautiful poem by Scar Poetry. I think the title of the poem is Grief, and I wanted to read a little bit of it, but I haven't got her permission yet, so I'd rather link you to her reciting the poem on her Instagram account. But it's beautiful, and I feel as if it's so relevant. Grief is not just about losing someone in death, it's also about saying goodbye to a part of yourself. She puts it beautifully. She says that grief is not my friend, but it's not my enemy. And that if grief comes knocking, she will let it in. She will make tea and they will talk. And I love that because it's the same for pain and the same for healing. When they come a knocking, welcome them into your home, have a conversation with them and feel everything you need to feel. And then before you know it, they will go.